Welcome to my HTML Basics series. In this series we're going to be talking about the very basic HTML tags, how to actually make a site that looks like something from maybe 1999, and as we keep on going on we'll eventually go to CSS and a little bit JavaScript as we progress. Now this particular video series is going to be meant for beginners and geared towards the high school level of our high school students that are looking to get into web development. So the first thing that we're going to be starting off with our 4 basic tags. And now our 4 basic tags are pretty easy to type, but before we get there, I need to kind of explain the tools that we're using. In this tutorial and in this part of the series, we are only going to be using Notepad. Yes, that's right, Notepad. Do not use WordPad. It does a little funky stuff. So we're going to be just using Notepad from here on out. If you get Notepad++, that works. And if you're on a Mac, I believe TextEdit works, but I'm not quite sure. I really don't use my Mac to do web development at all. And if I do, or when I do, I really use Dreamweaver, which is a completely different animal on top of that. So I digress. So we're going to be doing our 4 basic tags today. So the first tag that you're going to need to know, and when I actually say tag, is the greater than and less than sign. And when I say, hey, this is an HTML tag, we're going to type in HTML inside the less than and greater than sign. Okay? Now, with all tags, they need to be closed. So what we're going to do here is we are going to close the tag by typing the tag again and putting this backslash here. Pretty easy. Alright, so every tag that we're going to open, we're going to close, and we do have some self-closing tags, but we'll get to them in just a second. So the very first one that we're going to, the very first tag we learned is HTML. Now we have 4 basic tags, so we have 3 more to go. The next one is going to be head, and this is short for header. Now what this is does not display on the screen at all, but it's more of the back end to explain to the browser, hey, this is what's going on here. Again, the browser will also take information from here, and it could display it up in the top, which is what we're going to do in just a second. So we're going to create the head, and we're going to close the head, or the header tag. The next basic tag is we're going to look at the title tag. So there's a title, and we're going to type, and we're going to close the title right here, right away. And what title is if you look right up here where it says like Untitled Notepad, well, that is the title of this particular window. So if we would like to create a title and name it, we need to put text in between these 2 tags. So if I put my first website right here in the tags, that would be displayed right up here where it says Untitled Notepad instead of this. Now this is only when we're displaying the website. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is, in the last tag that we need to know, is called the body tag. And the body tag is pretty neat because this is where all of our stuff goes here. So the main part of the website. So pretty much everything in this tutorial will be going in the body tag, just because that's what we're going to be building. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hit File, Save As, and we are going to be saving it in a location that we know. So I'm going to be picking my my portable hard drive, so I can have these files somewhere else. So I'm going to go into Web Development 1, and this is where we're going to save it, and we're going to save it as index.html. Now, you can name it whatever you want, however, you have to have the .html at the end. Alright, so index is what's going to be changed. Index is usually like the home part of the the home page of the website. That's why we're going to be using index. We're going to build that out more. So we're going to keep that as index, and the save type or save as type, needs to be all files. Otherwise, it's just going to tack on a .text file at the end of this, and that's not going to be good because we're not going to be saving it as a website. So we're going to click Save here. It should say index right here. So let's go into this directory, and hey, look, it's right there. So let's double click on this, and Chrome will open up, and I'm just going to close out some of these real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't realize they were open. Okay, and as you can see right here, it says My First Website, where we put the title, and then inside the body it says the main part of the website. So that right there is our fourth basic tag. Now, the last thing that I want to kind of address is whitespace within our file. Now, I'm not quite sure if you have noticed this, but online there's no such thing as indenting. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to double space our paragraphs. So let's say our first paragraph, this is the main part of the website. This is the second paragraph, and it is amazing. Okay, so I have two paragraphs here. This is the main part of the website, this is the second paragraph, and it's amazing. I hit File, Save, and let's look. Oops, let's reopen this. I'm going to close that out. And if you look at this. The main part of the website and the second paragraph, they're both together. So what's happening is we are ignoring all the white space in this particular file. And what white space is the space pretty much where there's not any text. So literally the white part of the page. So even if I did this, they would still be on the same page or on the same line. So what we need to do here is we're going to be using a basic tag to make paragraphs. The basic tag that we're going to be using in the paragraph tag is going to be called the P tag for paragraph. So we're going to open and close it around our paragraphs. This is very important that you open and close it, and especially close it, because if you do not, it could do different things than what you intend. So we're going to hit File, Save, we're going to hit Refresh, and now that we have two different paragraphs. And again, they're not going to be indented because indentation doesn't exist on the internet. And if you do, they're doing things very, very funky to indent. Yeah. So hopefully you guys learned something on here. I know this is a kind of a short tutorial. Next time we're going to talk a little bit about formatting. So we're going to talk a little bit about the header tags, the BR tag, and all other fun stuff. So I look forward to seeing you guys, and hopefully